Holy smokes, are you seeing this? 1.4 million views and 2,400 comments? We went viral. Holy smokes, babe.
That's great, but did you read some of these comments?
Yeah. There's a lot of people saying our dome is toxic.
Yeah, there's one guy that says our dome isn't even a house, that it's a tent.
That's debatable. That's pretty funny. Did we make a mistake?
I don't know. Did we make a mistake building out of foam?
I hope not.
I think we should go talk to Kyle at the Promise Domes and get some real dome info. He's like the dome wizard, so he'll know.
he is. All right, we're gonna take you guys with us and get some questions answered. So let's go.
All right.
Welcome to Promise Dome Farms. This is Kyle's Homestead, and we're gonna ask him a few questions today to help answer a lot of your questions. So how did Promise Dome start?
We started just making frames and mainly just doing greenhouses, and we searched for a way to cover them. So about 10 years ago or 9 years ago, we started building frames.
And there are so many ways to build these domes. Why did you choose foam out of all the ways?
Well, we experimented with a couple things. We tried aircrete. Wasn't really happy with the results of the aircrete. Tried covering it with like a shrink wrap plastic, which obviously degrades in the sun real fast, and then we'd paint those, and those really were tents, which worked. But you know, the foam is the strongest and most leak-proof thing I've ever found.
Can you explain to people what open cell and closed cell foam? Like, what's the difference?
Why is this not dissolving? Obviously, this is not a year old or 2 years old. It's even older than that, and it's still standing and looks like it's holding up great. Yeah,
so I mean, open cell foam is great inside of a house. It's half the R value, but it has a good sound insulation barrier, which is what I used it for in my house. But as far as, you know, what's on the outside of this dome is all closed cell. It's more waterproof and much stronger.
What is that material normally used for, like the closed cell exterior?
Oh, well, this is roofing grade foam. So this is actually like a 2.8 pound closed cell, super dense, meant for high traffic.
It's like what you coat a warehouse roof with or something like that.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it weatherproof? A lot of people were curious about, can it withstand rain, wind, hail, fire?
Yeah, it's fully waterproof. It's a vapor barrier at 2 inches thick. At 3 inches thick, you can put 200 pounds in the center of an 8-foot span. So it's really structural, and these are all 4 to 5 inches.
And a lot of people were curious about the safety with the foam. Like, is it toxic? Is it off gas?
Everything I spray is HFO blown, so it's all environmentally friendly. The old stuff was HFC, and even older than that, like in the 80s, was really nasty stuff. But it's completely reacted and off-gassed in 4 hours, and then it's 100% inert after that.
Nice.
There were people concerned with us living in a dome, saying it's going to continue to off-gas and we're going to get cancer and all kinds of problems later in life, but that's a myth, right?
Yeah, no, not this stuff.
Yeah, we didn't think so.
Yeah.
What's it like inside the dome?
Comfortable. I mean, it's, you know, well insulated.
We do live in the desert. It gets really hot in the summer.
Yeah.
How's the temperature year round?
It performs incredibly well in the winter, and if you've got your windows facing the right direction, really well in the summer as well.
How about the strength and longevity?
Yeah, so as long as you keep it protected from UV, it'll last virtually forever. You know, they say 50 years with 2 layers of paint.
Yeah, we've seen historical domes built like this. Like in Florida, there was one called the Xanadu Dome, and that was built, I think, in the late 60s, right?
Right.
It was probably even an older, less healthy version of the foam.
Yep.
And I think that was still standing in the early 2000s. And I think they took that out to put a golf course in or something, but it was still structurally sound when they actually removed.
Yeah.
They leveled that one. So kind of a miracle product for building, if you think about it.
Right.
And have you ever used like stucco or rhino liner to help with the longevity of any domes that you've worked with in the past?
I experimented with stucco on the inside of my house to gain thermal mass, but I would love to do that on the outside. That would be the ultimate coating.
Yeah.
And then as far as like the polyurea coating, which is what you're talking about with the rhino liner, it would be a great option. It's just a very expensive machine to do that. So
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
So theoretically,
Future investment for sure.
you could theoretically live in one of these domes for years and then later
Yeah.
go back and apply stucco coating or something on the outside if you chose to.
Exactly. That was kind of my thought with this one is get it up, get it protected with the paint. It'll give me, plenty of time to get the funds together to go ahead and stucco the whole thing as well.
And worst case scenario, you could keep it like this forever as long as you repaint it maybe every 4 or 5 years, or who knows, as long as you inspect it.
Yep.
Because this paint we've used is a lifetime guarantee on vertical surfaces. So most of this dome is going to hold up for a long, long time.
Right.
And there shouldn't be any water pooling, which would be the only thing that would kind of ruin the paint over like a flat surface, like a horizontal surface.
Yeah, and the other thing that we've done too is painted with that silicone paint, which is drinking water safe, so you can collect the water off of it, but it's also a lifetime warranty. So,
but there's only one color choice.
Two.
Two? Okay.
White and tan.
White and tan. Okay.
So
the paint we chose is blocking it completely. Like it really blocked out the paint. You can like not see any light coming through at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about condensation and leaks? Do you have any issues with that?
No issues with leaks. The only issue with leaks I've ever had is in triangle windows that are tipped that weren't rated to be tipped. But as far as the foam itself, no.
But that's a condensation issue rather than a leak, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because
they weren't draining out properly.
There's no attic space in a dome if you think about it. So obviously hot, moist air is going to rise. Right. So that's why we put second story openable or operable windows, so you can open those, create airflow to get that condensation out if you need to.
Yep. And as far as condensation, we didn't really have many issues until I put the big fish tank in there with the aquaponic system. And now it's in the summer, it's totally fine. In the winter, I just run a dehumidifier. Not a big deal.
Awesome. Good deal.
Yep.
And then rain catchment.
Yeah.
I know you offer gutters on some of your builds.
Yep.
And then with your house, you did raised garden beds, which is really cool.
Yeah. With the raised garden beds, every piece of rain, every drop of rain that hits this is going to flow down, either go over these arches and hit the garden bed. No matter what, it's going to end up in the garden bed, which is great. So you're actually saving and using a lot of rainwater that you wouldn't have.
And then also, I went ahead and foamed the entire inside of the garden bed. So none of the water that drops into the garden bed is actually dropping down by the footer. It's all being pushed out through drainage holes on the outside.
To protect your foundation even more.
How many different sizes do you offer with these kind of domes?
It's pretty unlimited. The biggest I've built so far is 64 foot across. And the smallest is probably 12, so you can really do anything you want.
Okay. And then, so your dome is what size?
This one is 36 across.
Okay, and that's the same as ours. Do you know the weight of what one of these would weigh?
The frame is probably probably under 1,000 pounds. And then the amount of foam on it in the end, after you get your outside and inside coat, is going to be about 3,000, 4,000 heavy.
It's super lightweight building if you think about it. I mean, this is, what is it, like maybe 6,000 pounds?
But not light enough to blow away in the wind.
No, I mean, this is anchored down to the foundation. It's not going anywhere, and it's an aerodynamic shape.
Yeah.
Well, and also what we're doing is we're foaming the whole frame and then taking that foam over the foundation to lock it all together.
To itself.
Yeah.
So with the frames, a lot of people are curious, did you buy these kits? Did you make them?
Yeah, I manufacture them all. Yep.
And how does that work exactly?
Well, I buy the sticks of metal, cut them to the right size, and then we've got a press machine that presses the ends and punches the hole and makes it real easy.
So you can contact Promise Domes to get a greenhouse frame kit or a dome kit.
And
like that.
you guys also offer Dome Zebo kits, or you will be soon, right?
Yeah.
That's really exciting. And will those be mailed to order?
Yeah.
Awesome. And what is the timeline of how you build these, like average, like fully done in interior and exterior?
Like having me finish out the interior and everything?
Talk about both timelines.
So typically people just want the shell and then they want to build out the inside themselves. And so the outside shell can be, once the foundation is in place, can be done within a week. And then the plumbing and electrical needs to be put on in the inside, and then your interior framing. And after that's completed, Then we go ahead and spray the inside, and that's just another day.
One of the reasons why we chose this building is because it goes up that fast. And living out in the desert, you kind of need that. A lot of people were curious what the cost breakdown would be for one of these bad boys.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously with the dome frames, it gets a little complex with pricing, but for the foam portion of it, you know, usually the covers, you know, between $1,000 and $3,000 depending on the size of the dome. And then the foam cover is the roofing grade foam is $3 a square foot, and then the interior foam is $225 a square foot. So
are these exclusively only built in Arizona?
So far, yes, but you know, we'll see. If I'd be willing to go other places if there's enough money in it.
I get that.
Feel of this area is the kind of like lax inspection permitting process, which allows us to get experimental with how you build.
Yep.
You know what I mean? This is like super cutting edge. This is not your standard way of building anything, which is why it's so interesting and intriguing. You can't really just put these in. I mean, maybe you could put them in other places.
I think you could get away with it in Arkansas because they'll let you build whatever you want on your own property.
I think
Tennessee
Tennessee
also,
possibly. Yeah.
And somebody was telling me Texas might be like that in some places too.
And so if people are interested in these kind of domes and want one, how do they get a hold of you?
They could either go to my email, or I think we finally just put our website up.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
PromiseDomes.com.
All of that will be linked below in the description box for you guys. So if you guys are interested, Kyle's your guy. This was your first dome?
Yeah, right here. And it was over there, and it was a greenhouse, but we switched it into a workshop. But this is the first one that was sprayed as well. So that's the shrink wrap fabric on the inside.
Whoa.
Wow.
You know,
the space. This is your manufacturing facility too, isn't it?
Yep.
How much square footage is this?
1,000. So this is actually the 36 foot, but it's a half dome.
But it's a half instead of.
So it feels a whole lot smaller. That 5/8 really makes a difference.
It's just higher. It's
Yeah.
like taller up.
Yeah, I mean, this is 18, and those ones are 23 and a half.
This is fantastic. You got skylights, you got a ventilation fan up there, like an exhaust fan.
Yeah.
I think it was difficult about the air creep.
It gets a lot of cracking. I've tried pouring it monolithically, so it has so much water in the mixture that it cracks a lot when you try to pour it monolithically.
Similar to foam in that it's lightweight, but
It's a lot of labor too. We can check out the inside too.
I like the port window.
Oh, it's locked.
I don't think you can see inside of it. Oh,
Yeah, the cool thing with it though is you can cut the aircrete with a Sawzall.
I like how it feels being dry. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's concrete.
This is the first prototype dome. Millie's little doghouse. So cute.
Still there.
Yeah. Even after
Did the cat sleep in it more than
even
the
after
dog?
my kids dug holes in it.
With a screwdriver.
That's cute. Was this already here and you turned it into something else? I can't remember. Or did you just build this
It was a
recently?
greenhouse, but it had foam just around the bottom and had polycarbonate on the whole top.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
So you polycarb the north side, or no,
South side.
Yeah, the south side, and then you foam the north side.
Yep. And that way it doesn't freeze in the winter.
Is there a weather center up there?
Yeah.
First year of using this dome?
Using it this way, yeah. So the lowest temperature I got this winter was 43.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every time I come here, there's more and more life in here.
Plants
It's
love
awesome.
it.
Ankle deep, essentially.
The heather was the good
I know. So this is going to be your greenhouse, huh?
Feel it working though, huh?
Oh yeah.
That is working.
Yep, solid. Probably overkill, but.
So what's the vision with this greenhouse?
This is gonna be a tropical greenhouse. The back portion over here is all gonna be aquaponic system with multiple floors. And then, yeah, we'll probably have big mango trees and citrus trees and everything like that. Yep.
This is going to be holding back just a ton of water. This is going to be
Probably a lot of tons of water.
yeah, a ton of water. Well, this will be up to here, right? And then it'll overflow over an edge or something.
No, so it'll probably be up close to here. And then what'll happen is we'll have the floor over it and probably a couple. And so the pumps will pump the water up into the beds and it'll all drain back down.
Back down.
Yep.
But this water level won't change. You're not going to have like bell siphons or anything.
I'll have bell siphons, but with such a huge surface area, it won't change
You
much.
won't actually
Yeah,
see it change.
Yeah.
It might go down a little bit.
yeah.
Is the entire top going to be polycarbonate, or are you going to foam the north side?
No, so it'll be, yeah, the whole north side will be foam. So from this pentagon area here to the top pentagon, and then down to here is
Shrink wrap.
polycarbonate.
You're going to shrink wrap it and then foam it.
Yeah, and that's 96 triangles of polycarb.
This is going to be amazing. Hey, we're back. That was neat to see how Kyle's used the foam domes all over his property successfully.
Yeah, and I think closed cell foam is going to be a great choice for what we're doing on our house build.
That's right. Obviously, there's going to be doubters because this is a completely different technology. People aren't used to seeing it. But to those people, I would say subscribe, follow along with our build.
Yeah.
If you want to see us fail, just see what happens. I mean, we may fail, but hopefully we don't. Either way, it's going to be entertaining. And thank you to everybody who commented on the video, the last video, and helped it go viral with us.
Yeah, we really appreciate the constructive criticism and all the positive feedback for sure.
That's right. So thanks for watching again, and we will see you on the next video.
Yeah.